Welcome back to Top Liberty Coins. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the Lincoln penny, focusing on the 1977 D Lincoln cent, a coin that might look ordinary to most people but can actually be worth far more than its face value if you know what to look for. Many collectors and treasure hunters are still surprised at how a single penny from the late 70s can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars in today's coin market. The beginning of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was a historic moment because this was the first time a real person, especially a U.S. president, was featured on a circulating American coin. Over the years, this penny has gone through small but important design changes, and collectors have been passionate about it ever since. By 1977, the penny was already a household coin, but the Denver Mint gave us something special with the 1977 D issue. What does the D Mint mark mean? The D Mint mark found on the 1977 Lincoln penny stands for Denver, Colorado, where millions of these coins were struck. While a huge number of pennies were produced that year, the quality, condition, and small variations in minting make certain coins far more valuable than others. That is why a coin you find in circulation could be worth just 1 cent, while another from the same year with a certain error or pristine grade could be valued at hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Why 1977 D pennies attract collectors? The 1977 D penny is special because it represents a transitional time in U.S. coinage. While most pennies were made of a bronze composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin, the coin market was preparing for changes due to rising copper prices. This makes coins from the late 1970s more historically significant, as they were some of the last to use the original copper-heavy formula. Collectors see them as part of an era that was about to end. The role of condition and grading. Condition is everything when it comes to the value of a Lincoln penny. A 1977 D penny in average circulation is usually worth only its copper melt value, which is just a few cents. But when a coin is preserved in uncirculated or mint state condition, things change dramatically. Professional coin grading services like PCGS and NGC often certify these coins, giving them grades on a scale from 1 to 70. Higher grades, especially those above MS65, can command serious money in the marketplace. Error coins and rarity. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1977 D Lincoln penny is the possibility of error coins. These include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and other minting mistakes that make the coin unique. Collectors love errors because no two are exactly alike. A 1977 D penny with a dramatic error can be worth hundreds of dollars, and in some cases, rare errors can push the value into the thousands. Auction records and high values. Over the years, auction houses have sold some stunning examples of the 1977 D Lincoln cent. While the typical penny might fetch only a few dollars in high grades, rare examples graded at MS67 red have reached market prices of $700, $800, and even more. Some auction records show values touching close to $1,000 for the finest known specimens, proving that a simple penny can become a serious collector's prize. The copper factor. Another reason why the 1977 D penny has value is its copper composition. Since these coins are 95% copper, their metal content alone is worth more than 1 cent. While it is illegal to melt pennies for profit, the underlying value of copper gives older pennies a base worth higher than face value, making them attractive for collectors and investors alike. This adds another layer of significance to the 1977 D cent. Identifying valuable pennies at home. Many people ask, how can I tell if my 1977 D penny is worth money? The answer lies in a combination of condition, mint errors, and grading. Start by checking the luster and color of the coin. A bright red uncirculated penny is always more valuable than one that has turned brown with age. Next, look for doubling in the lettering or unusual shapes in the date and mint mark. Finally, consider having the coin graded if you believe it is in top condition. The history of Lincoln cents in the 1970s. The 1970s were a dynamic period for U.S. coinage. Inflation and metal price changes were creating pressure on the U.S. Mint to rethink coin compositions. By 1982, the Lincoln penny was changed from a copper-based coin to a copper-plated zinc coin. That makes pennies from the 70s, especially those in high quality, much more desirable to collectors who want to own a piece of the last true copper era. Market demand and collecting trends. The current coin market shows a steady demand for Lincoln cents. Collectors both young and old continue to chase after high-grade and rare varieties. The 1977 D penny is not the rarest of the series, but its affordability in lower grades and potential high value in top grades make it a perfect entry point for new collectors while still offering excitement for advanced numismatists. This balanced demand keeps the coin active in buying and selling circles. Stories from collectors. Many coin collectors have amazing stories about finding valuable 1977 D pennies in pocket change, coin rolls, or family collections. Imagine discovering that a simple penny you have been holding onto for decades is suddenly worth hundreds of dollars because of its pristine grade or rare minting error. These stories inspire people to keep looking and to never underestimate the value of even the most common-looking coin. Tips for selling your coins. If you believe you have a valuable 1977 D Lincoln cent, the best way to sell it is through reputable dealers, coin shows, or online auction platforms. Always have your coin authenticated and graded before attempting to sell at a high price. Remember that buyers are willing to pay premium prices only when they have confidence in the authenticity and condition of the coin. Selling raw without certification usually means you will get less money. The future of the 1977 D penny. Looking ahead, the 1977 D Lincoln penny will likely continue to rise in value, especially in higher grades. As more collectors enter the hobby and as existing coins continue to wear down in circulation, the surviving high-quality examples become rarer every year. That makes today the perfect time to hunt, collect, and hold on to this coin, because tomorrow its worth may be much greater. Final thoughts and call to action. So there you have it, the complete journey of the 1977 D Lincoln penny, from its history to its current market value, from rare varieties to collector demand. A penny that might appear ordinary in your hand could actually be a hidden treasure worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. This is why coin collecting is not just a hobby, it is a treasure hunt that anyone can take part in. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most fascinating coins, make sure to subscribe to Top Liberty Coins, hit that like button, and share this video with fellow coin enthusiasts. And remember, every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a fortune. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins ever minted in American history, the Lincoln penny. Some of these tiny 1-cent coins are worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, and believe me, you do not want to miss a single second of this video because you might be holding one right now without even realizing it. Why Lincoln pennies are legendary. The Lincoln cent was first minted in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. For over a century, it has been the most collected coin in America and the most recognized penny worldwide. Every household, every pocket, every old jar of change has seen a Lincoln penny at some point. But hidden among billions of ordinary pennies are rare pieces that could be worth a fortune. The 1980 Lincoln cent spotlight. One of the most talked about coins in today's collector market is the 1980 Lincoln cent. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary coin. But under the right conditions, with the right mint errors, and in high-grade conditions, this penny can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. And the demand is still growing. The historical background of the 1980 cent. In 1980, the U.S. Mint was still producing pennies made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This was before the switch to primarily zinc coins in 1982. That makes the 1980 penny more desirable because each coin holds more intrinsic copper value. On top of that, collectors love this transitional period of American coinage, which gives the 1980 cent historical importance. Market value of the 1980 penny. So, how much is it really worth? Well, in circulated condition, most 1980 pennies are only worth face value, 1 cent. But here's the magic: in mint state condition, graded MS-65 or higher by PCGS or NGC, they can sell for $100 to $500. And rare error coins from this year can shoot up into the thousands. That's where the real treasure lies. Famous errors of the 1980 Lincoln penny collectors: hunt for double die errors, off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, and repunched mint marks. Imagine finding a penny with an off-center strike so strong that Lincoln's face is cut in half. Such a coin could bring you hundreds of dollars instantly. And if you come across a double die obverse, where the lettering shows doubling, you could be looking at serious collector money. Grading matters. If you want to know whether your 1980 Lincoln cent is valuable, you need to understand grading. Coins in grades MS-60 to MS-70 are the ones that sell for high premiums. For example, an MS-67 1980 penny has sold for more than $7,000 at auction. That's right, a 1-cent coin turning into thousands of dollars, just because of condition and rarity. Why collectors love the 1980 penny? The 1980 Lincoln cent is not just a coin, it's a piece of history. It represents the last years of pure copper pennies. It has a high survival rate but low high-grade survival, and it ties into the broader story of Lincoln cents, which started in 1909. Collectors want it because it fits into a complete Lincoln set, and they especially want top-graded versions to fill their registry sets. Other valuable Lincoln cents, but the 1980 is just one chapter. Some Lincoln pennies are worth life-changing money. Take the 1943 copper penny, worth over $1 million in some cases. Or the 1955 double die, selling for tens of thousands. The 1909 SVDB, one of the most famous key dates, easily goes for over $1,000 in nice condition. And yes, there are 1980s pennies out there with mistakes that could compete with these legends. How to spot rare pennies? Here's a tip for all you treasure hunters: check the date carefully, inspect the lettering under magnification, and look at the edges of the coin. Any doubling, any unusual shape, any missing design element could turn your pocket change into a jackpot. Even if you are in another country, Lincoln cents often turn up in old coin collections and flea markets. Copper value and collecting. Remember, every 1980 penny has intrinsic copper value. In fact, each copper cent contains nearly 2 cents worth of metal in today's market. That alone makes it more valuable than modern zinc pennies. But collectors and investors are not just stacking copper, they are chasing condition, rarity, and story. And the Lincoln penny has all three. Auction records and big sales. In recent years, we've seen record-breaking sales. A 1980 D Lincoln cent graded MS-67 Plus Red sold for nearly $8,000 at heritage auctions. Imagine having a roll of unsearched 1980 pennies sitting in your closet. There could be a gem like that hiding inside. Stories like these keep collectors searching and keep the market alive. The excitement of the hunt. The beauty of coin collecting is that anyone can join. You don't need to be a millionaire. You can start with pocket change, with a coin jar, with a trip to a flea market. And sometimes, the smallest coin can hold the biggest surprise. That is what makes the Lincoln penny so magical: the thrill of the hunt, the dream of finding the rare one. Final advice to viewers: so, next time you see a 1980 penny, don't ignore it. Hold it to the light, check for errors, check its shine, check its condition. Because one of those cents might just be your ticket to hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars. And if you ever find a rare one, make sure to get it graded by a trusted service. That little step could turn a coin into a treasure. Closing and call to action. Thank you for watching Top Liberty Coins, where history meets treasure and every cent counts. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of Lincoln pennies, smash that like button, share this video with other coin lovers, and subscribe for more deep dives into rare coins, their history, and their real market value. Who knows, your next penny could be worth more than a car, a house, or even a fortune. Stay curious, stay collecting, and always check your change. Today's journey takes us deep into the fascinating story of the Lincoln penny, one of the most collected coins in the world. Many people carry pennies every single day, never knowing that some of them are worth hundreds, thousands, or even close to $1 million. In this video we will uncover the history, the value, and the surprising truth about the 2011 D Lincoln penny, a coin that might just change the way you look at small change forever. The beginning of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent first appeared in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature the image of an actual person, and that person was none other than America's 16th president. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny quickly became a national favorite. People were lining up outside banks just to get their hands on the new coin. From the very beginning, collectors knew this was something special, and that tradition of collecting Lincoln cents has continued for over a century. Why pennies are so important to collectors? Many people wonder why such a small coin holds such a big place in coin collecting. The answer is simple: Lincoln pennies are affordable, accessible, and full of history. Even a beginner can start a collection straight from pocket change, and yet within this small copper coin lies a world of rarity. Errors, mint marks, special years, and limited editions make some Lincoln cents worth far more than their face value. The transition of the penny over time. From 1909 until 1958, Lincoln pennies carried the wheat ears reverse design, and these, wheat cents, are among the most loved collectibles. From 1959 to 2008, the reverse showed the Lincoln Memorial. Then in 2009, to honor Lincoln's 200th birthday, the U.S. Mint released 4 special bicentennial reverses showing different stages of Lincoln's life. Finally, in 2010, the shield reverse design was introduced, symbolizing unity and strength. The 2011 D penny belongs to this new shield reverse series, which continues to this day. The 2011 D Lincoln penny. Now let us focus on the star of today's video, the 2011 D Lincoln cent struck at the Denver Mint. This coin may look ordinary to most people, but collectors and numismatists know that some of these pieces can carry incredible value depending on their condition, grade, and errors. More than 5 billion were struck, but in the world of coin collecting, not all coins are created equal. Mintage numbers and why they matter. The Denver Mint produced billions of pennies in 2011, but only a small fraction survived in pristine condition. When coins are mass-produced, most end up with scratches, marks, and wear. Collectors hunt for what are called mint state coins, especially those graded MS-67, MS-68, or even higher. In these rare conditions, a common penny can transform into a valuable treasure. The role of coin grading is everything when it comes to value. A 2011 D penny found in circulation is usually worth only face value. But when submitted to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, and it comes back graded as MS-67 or MS-68, the value can jump into hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The difference between an ordinary coin and a high-grade rarity is often just the level of shine, detail, and perfection in the strike. Record auction sales. Over the years, Lincoln pennies have shocked the world with record-breaking auction sales. While the 2011 D is a modern issue, some high-grade examples have already brought in strong money. Certain rare Lincoln cents, such as the 1943 copper penny, have sold for more than $1 million. This shows the potential hidden in every penny you see. While not every 2011 D will make you rich, the right one at the right time can bring staggering returns. Errors and varieties of the 2011 D. Collectors especially love errors and varieties. These include double dies, off-center strikes, missing letters, or repunched mint marks. The 2011 D has been reported with some minor errors, and these can dramatically increase value. A coin with an unusual striking mistake is no longer just a penny, it becomes a one-of-a-kind collectible. Current market value. So what is the market saying right now about the 2011 D penny? Circulated examples are of course worth 1 cent, but uncirculated examples in MS-65 or higher can range anywhere from a few dollars to over $100 depending on condition. Ultra-high-grade specimens can sell for several hundred. And error coins, or unique varieties, can be worth thousands. Some sellers even list these coins for massive amounts online, up to $787,997, though actual sales vary depending on collector demand. The collector's mindset. For collectors, the true value is not always about dollars. It is about history, beauty, and rarity. The 2011 D penny represents the beginning of the shield design era, making it historically important. Even if its financial value is modest compared to older rarities, its role in the timeline of U.S. coinage gives it a permanent place in collections. Building a full Lincoln cent collection. Many collectors enjoy the challenge of building a complete Lincoln cent set, from 1909 all the way to modern times. This includes wheat cents, memorial cents, bicentennial designs, and now shield cents. The 2011 D is one piece of that puzzle, and completing the set is both exciting and rewarding. Investment potential. Coins like the 2011 D penny also represent long-term potential. Modern high-grade coins often grow in value as time passes, simply because finding them in perfect condition becomes harder each year. Today, it may be a few $100s, but decades from now, these could easily rise in value as supplies shrink and demand grows. Why you should check your change. The most important lesson for viewers is this: never underestimate the power of pocket change. Every coin you touch has a story, and every penny could be hiding a fortune. The 2011 D Lincoln penny is proof that even the smallest coin in America can carry big surprises. So check your coins carefully, you never know what treasure you might be holding. That brings us to the end of today's deep dive into the history, value, and future of the 2011 D Lincoln penny. From its origins in the Denver Mint to its place in modern collections, this coin proves that history is alive in our hands. Some are worth face value, others are worth thousands, and the rarest may one day break records. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of rare Lincoln pennies, make sure you subscribe to Top Liberty Coins. Hit the like button, share this video with fellow collectors, and join us next time as we continue to uncover the treasures of American coinage. Remember, every coin has a story, and some stories are worth far more than a single cent.